transformation is nearly complete. The RMX WTF is a possibility. In here we have an engine, brake lever. I have to bend some. Somehow it's really strong for a little piece of aluminum. I hope I don't break it when I try to bend it, but it's in there. The gas tank is on completely, and it actually does clear the cylinder head. I don't know why I thought there was going to be an issue there. Where the swing arm bolt goes through the engine, I had to drill the engine because the bolt is bigger for the RMX than on the KX500. And on the right side, I cut off probably a ½ inch of the engine where that bolt goes through. There's some of it right there. Maybe not quite a ½ inch, pretty sizable chunk. So I'm going to have to make sure there's no issues from that. And I have to fix the ignition. Carburetor's in there. Does not quite match up with the stock boot. To do something with that. I have to make new motor mounts here. These are very close to working, but not quite. The engine's resting on the frame. Yeah, that's not going to work. But man, it's in there. It's definitely in there. And that's a noticeable difference. So I don't know that we could call this a sleeper. That's what I have of a pipe so far. It's going to need a bunch more work. 2 250 pipes that I cut up. This section is going to be a little smaller, but it's being added in to make the pipe in effect longer. Than the 250 pipe, because this engine doesn't rev as high. And I thought it would be this section that's about the same length that would be longer, but my pro circuit pipe is almost identical, this entire section, until about here where it starts growing, and the pro circuit pipe grows more slowly, and then it has a longer midsection and then shrinks back down very slowly, whereas this pipe shrinks back down pretty quickly. So if my guesstimations are correct, this pipe will have a narrower power band, pretty low in the RPM range. Someone said that they had an issue with the Kickstarter hitting the frame in here with this engine, and I can see how that would happen, but since I cut that chunk of the engine off on only the right side here, the engine slid over this way, which is why I have to bend that lever. And the Kickstarter has a nice smooth flow range of motion. You really can't see that issue like that, I suppose. Allow me to present you with a different view. That is the issue. It's very, very close there. And that's in the shadow. But the top part here is about a hair's width from the frame here. But it doesn't hit. And this engine has some compression. Maybe a little more than the engine that's in that KX right now. So stay tuned.